Hello, yonder YouTube. I thought I'd better give you an update because I've not actually done anything on YouTube since the wonderful Jeff gave me my boat back. Just an update, the money's gone in the bank and I have started work on the boat again. I went to a place called Peach Engineering yesterday to get the prop shaft sorted out. And then I went to a place called Mechanical Services and they made me a little new keyway out of stainless. And didn't actually charge me for it, so that's great. Yeah, and I've ordered a new prop shaft nut which has been delivered today. Unfortunately, I've not had time to get to the not mechanical services, Peach Engineering, because it is shut early on a Friday. Yeah, but that's that. Basically, he's gonna chop, well, this will be in next week's video because I've been recording, chop the end of it off and re-drill the doodad for the thingy and the what's it and the yada yada and clean the shaft up. Hopefully he'll be doing that Monday. I'm not actually going to reinstate the shaft because I'm going to take the engine out. I want to get in the stern cockpit decky thing, bilge bit anyway, and the only way to get that deck up realistically is to get the engine out and get access underneath. So the engine's coming out. I might have been able to arrange use of a container, possibly. I've heard rumours of one that I might be able to rent out for a week to service all the engine. I'll strip it down, replace any gaskets and seals, check the valve clearances. Apart from that, everything else is done on it. As you saw in one of the previous videos, I've practically done everything. She runs like a champ, so I'll do that. While I'm doing that, I'm going to replace the engine exhaust and the water trap, because the water trap has been leaking water and fumes, which I've not really mentioned because I knew I'd get shouted at, but I don't run the engine with me sat inside. So I thought I'd just get away with it because I couldn't afford to do it. But now I can afford to do it. Thank you to the wonderful Jeff again. There've been calls for me to rename Demetrius Jeff. I'm not quite going to do that. However, when I get a dinghy, I may name the dinghy after his daughter, which he asked about, so I'll do that. Yeah, unbelievable. I was in London on Monday for a Trafalgar night celebration thing, working. I drove a band up there and helped them set up and stuff, and then drove them back, so that was fun. The band's called Jaunty, they're awesome. I'm trying to convince Finn, or me and Jez have been trying to convince Finn to do a music video for one of his songs that he does, which is awesome, and do it on Moonfleet the tall ship. Hopefully he'll actually get around to doing that, and I'll post it up on the channel because that'll be good for everybody to see. It's awesome. Yeah, so much of a muchness work has started and I have renewed enthusiasm. I'll give you an order of operations, which is engine out. Once the engine's out, I can remove the boom because I'll use that to get the engine out. Once the boom's removed, I will get the mast unstepped. I think it's 120 quid. Get that done. Get it on the floor and have a damn good look at it. I might end up replacing the foot and cutting a couple of inches off the bottom and replacing the gooseneck as well because that's a bit gash. Once that's done, I'm going to take the sails into the sail place down the... I'm pointing my head over there. You don't know where that is. I barely know where it is. Take it into the place over there and get the sails refurbished. I have a friend, lovely Joe, who works there. So yeah, do that. Find out how much it costs first. I don't want to be spending a fortune. I have a job interview on Wednesday the 1st. Then whether I get, that's the only variable left really, is whether I get the job or not. If I get the job, then I'll be here for 6, 8, 9 months until the weather's nice next year, and then I'll do the boat up thoroughly over that time, and then she'll be bang on for the next month until something else breaks. But you know what I mean, that's boats. If I don't get the job, I can't afford to stay here over the winter, so I'll just bodge the mast as best I can by cutting a couple of inches off. and getting the rigging shortened if possible, or maybe new rigging, and then save as much money as I can, i.e. not spend anything else, not do the sales, not do anything, and just set off somewhere that's cheap. Yeah. But if I get the job, there's a chance I might actually replace the mast and boom. There's a rumbling of a cheap mast that might be knocking about, so we'll see about that. But yeah, we'll find out, won't we? That's about it, really. Yeah, I'm gonna, once I get that cockpit deck sole up, I'm going to clean all the big deep V bilge. I've got two different ideas about that, which I want some input on. I haven't been replying to any of the comments, I'm really sorry, but I do read them all. I've had a bit of a thing with commenters recently, so I'm trying to sort of stay away from it a little bit. I'm going to clean the bilge out, paint it. So, because it's a really deep V bilge, it's sort of, from the cockpit sole, it's probably 4 feet at least, probably 5 feet to the bottom of the bilge, which is a long way if you drop something, and it's sort of wasted space. So I'm either going to fill it in with waterproof closed cell expanding foam and then cap it off so that just becomes an area of something, and just have the bilge pump higher up. Still not fill it all the way up, fill it maybe 75% so it's still a low spot on the boat, and have the bilge pump in there, etc. So it'll still work exactly as a bilge, it's just not as deep. Alternatively, Finn came up with this idea, maybe get a, collapsible water bladder thing, the like 100-litre plastic watery tanks, clean it all, line it with something that's not going to puncture the tank, and have my water down there. I could have a 100-litre tank, it won't fully fill, so I might get 80 litres of water down there. The only thing is it's quite far aft and she's already quite heavy in the stern, but if I pack some shit in the front it might balance out. Yeah, so that's probably that. Those are the two options. The only thing I foresee with the water bladders is that they're designed to sit flat, so the filling hole is usually on the top. Obviously I'll want it to be vertical, so the filling hole will be sort of off to one side. So I could do one with a filling thing in the edge of the doodad Madinga, really. But that's by the by, we can suss that out. Yeah, they're the jobs. Reinforce the outboard bracket, that's a definite as well. And the cockpit drains. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to take the fuel tank out to do them. That's a crapper of a job because it's full at the minute, but I can always siphon the fuel out, put it in the van if it's not red. But yeah, sort the cockpit drains out and then basically she's good to go. Oh, and the hull, obviously the hull. I really don't want to do it. I don't want to sand it all down and faff about it. It's a horrible job. I wish I'd never started it. I should have just left it. But alas, I started it, so now I've got to finish it. Yeah, and then she's good to go, really. If I do get the job and I'm working all over winter and I've got money coming in, then I'll upgrade the electronics. Yeah, I might just get one of those little Orca things with the little GPS and the tablet. That's enough, really. It's got NEMA input, so I could sort of input my other stuff to it. I've not got other stuff, but if I ever got it, I could input some of that stuff to it. Yeah, remake the electrical panel, I want to do that. But that's all just bits and pieces. Redo the forward cabin, make it just into storage instead of a cabin, get rid of the beds altogether. Yeah, so they're the plans. Sorry I sort of disappeared after that thingy. I needed some time to decompress and sort stuff out, and I was working and stuff like that. So yeah, back to video Fridays. Patreon, I'm hoping that prop shaft will be fixed Monday and I'll have a video for you on Tuesday that'll get released on YouTube Friday, hopefully. That was like nearly a 10-minute waffle. Alright, that's an update. Yeah, we're working, we're getting there. Can't wait to get her back in the water. Oh, if I do get the job, I'm going to leave her out of the water because it's basically half price on the hard standing, and just work on my off days. There's no point getting them put back in the water if Dan will allow me to stay on the boat over the winter. Well, it's all being played by ear, isn't it? We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're back on it in a bit.